Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I'm your host, Mystic Raven. Well. Bethesda. You can't seem to keep yourselves out of the controversy lately, can you? You guys just keep it's tough, right? It's really tough time for Bethesda. I mean, with all these problems and, mishaps, and it's completely coincidental, right? I mean, no, I mean, they couldn't, you know, foresee any of these problems occurring. I mean, with Fallout 76 disasters, uh, you know, completely the duffel bag scandal or the bag scandal for Fallout 76 Collector's Edition, leaking out user information, but they just keep digging. They just got holes everywhere. Poor Bethesda. I just feel for them, and yet again, they're in potential legal problems due to the recent situation of plagiarism. Plagiarism. I've posted links in the description below, and I don't feel bad for this company. Not anymore. And they've gone up there. They're rocking with the best of them, with EA, Activision, Ubisoft, and Bethesda. I mean, it the AAA industry is just sowing seeds of disaster. And this newest one for Bethesda, wow. Okay, so I am going to use polygons here for a second. Bethesda pulls Elder Scrolls tabletop adventure amid plagiarism accusations. Okay, so this has nothing to do with the Elsewhere expansion that ZeniMax, who owns Bethesda, they're you know, they're the same company basically. They're subsidiaries of each other. But the biggest thing is it's everywhere. I recommend it's on mmorpg.com, it's on ING. It's This news is everywhere. And why is it everywhere? Because they've been just painting a giant target on themselves for the last few months. Every major gaming industry has been painting targets on themselves. And especially now with, loot boxes up for a bill in the United States, which I hope passes because they could literally be selling these microtransactions without having to use a gambling or an RNG based mechanic. So, if my opinion, is it gambling? Yes. Yes. Because it's RNG, it's percentage based. If you don't get what you want, guess what you do? Like a slot machine, you keep putting in quarters until you get the item that you're looking for. You know? So I hope the U.S. passes this bill. It sets a good precedent and kicks the gaming industry in the mouth. It needs to be held accountable. But this is the biggest one. Ben Heisler, right, posted on his Twitter, "It's a surreal day when a top tier gaming company steals your shit. I assure you. D&D, D&DAL at Bethesda." Now, he's been pretty vocal, but it doesn't stop there. I mean, there's comparisons. There is so many friggin'. It wasn't just a coincidence. No. Because anybody can say, well, all RPG, content could go back to Tolkien. We could literally say that, like, everybody's been inspired. So, there, of course, there's going to be comparisons. No. For example, in Ben Heisler's Black Road, we see the character name Chandrel Stoll, a priestess. And then he makes the comparison here on ESO's Netherlands Adventures. Chandra Stoll, a priest. And it gets even more crazy. There are way more comparisons that is completely blatant. It's blatant. And it's like, and they pulled it. There wasn't even a doubt. It was pulled. It was yanked. I was going over some of these files and I was like, why didn't anybody in Bethesda source this prior to putting it out there? Now, the tabletop game was supposed to be a promotional marketing tool for ZeniMax's Elsewhere, which I feel it's not like this has no correspond. Like they're not pulling the game. They pulled the table, like the console game. They pulled the tabletop. But one of the things that I'm interested in seeing is how all this bad PR falls back to the company, because companies typically want to be in the good graces of their audience, not on the latter. They don't want to be in the bad looking evil company, because it costs them money. A lot of companies pay for PR campaigns, and Bethesda has been doing everything but trying to keep a solid PR system going for them. And this is a shame. This is something the company should. Now, do I think this is going to see a day in court? I think they'll settle. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but I look for, or attorney, I'm looking for Bethesda to probably settle this outside of court and try to resolve this as quickly as possible. But, needless to say, the damage has already been done. It's already out there. Your accusation has been put out there. You're going to be under a very close microscope. And one of the things that Bethesda could do and ZeniMax could do to literally look like a good guy is remove loot boxes first off from all their products and try to get a microtransaction system that makes it look like they're for the consumers. But unfortunately, they probably won't. And why? Because of the greed. It's funny that these companies don't catch their mistakes until somebody else catches them doing it. Then they're like, oh, we'll take care of that. There's no apology. There's no, oh, we're sorry. We should have looked into this. We'll take, the appropriate steps next time. No. There's no sincerity or appropriate apology to justify or to make amends for their behavior. And for me, and the company should be held accountable as a whole. If one, or let's say a small group of employees, which will get, probably lose their jobs due to this, if they're only the ones held accountable, that is piss poor. Because it should have been executives that are also held responsible. But I guarantee you, the executives who oversaw this project are going to save their ass and throw their staff under the bus. I can almost bet you that's what's going to happen. That's just going to be casualty. It's be acceptable casualties. We tried something and it blew up in our faces. We got caught red-handed. So guess what? We can sacrifice the people that were working on this project. Because we didn't tell them to do that. We didn't tell them to do that. No. We're not held responsible. They are. Okay. So, interesting. And if Bethesda keeps it up, and along with other companies, look at Activision. Activision's a prime example, losing 6 million players from its Blizzard products within 3 months, within the 3 or 4 month span. 6 million. Why? Because of BFA's bad launch or BFA's bad rap at this moment, or it's piss poor content? No. That is not the only reason that Blizzard and Activision are looking so piss poor. Think about this. You report an all-time high. You fire 800 people. You hire, a new CFO for a total value of 14 million after, and then you lay off 800 people. Then on top of it, you use a tax haven to avoid paying taxes. All of these things will catch up to you because the players are going to realize bullshit. The players are going to hold these companies accountable now. One second. Anyways, I'm just going to wrap this up. But I find this very interesting. I hope other content creators who are larger than I also cover this and expose this type of behavior from companies. They should be held accountable at all times. It's getting so bad that it's the companies no longer care about the welfare of their consumers or their integrity because they're even willing to sacrifice their integrity for the dollar bill to appease the investors. Right? It's all about the return at the end of the day. Who gives a shit about your integrity or your reputation? That's it's ludicrous. Who gives a shit anymore? Just throw it all under and just say, you know what, go ahead. You know, what we can afford it because we're making money from all the other players who don't know about it. And if your players who support these companies and their behaviors, then who are you to complain about it? Who are you to complain about a company, you know, doing these type of practices when you keep paying for their products and their services? Because at the end of the day, we're fueling that fire. We're the ones handing them the gasoline. We're the ones handing them, all the fuel to keep this shit pile burning. Hey, have at it. But ask yourselves these things. Because until we as a community and we as consumers understand what the moral and the ethical elements are that are associated with the industry are, and we take a step back, we can't expect the companies to put themselves or self-regulate themselves in an appropriate manner. Because that would have, a reflection of maturity. And trust you and me, greed comes with no maturity. Okay? All they know how to do is exploit. They exploit their staff. They exploit their consumers. They will even exploit themselves if it means one of them, getting on top. So there it is, guys. Once again, take it for what it's worth. I'm just reporting it. If you want to hate me, hate me. I don't care. But I'm Mystic Raven. This is Mystics MMOs. As always, thank you. Have a nice day.